Do you find that you're not getting the enjoyment out of life that you were hoping for? Well, I've been there, and what I want to do over the next few weeks is I want to take you on a journey of what you can do so that the rest of your life is the best part of your life. Hi, this is Grant Herbert, Emotional Intelligence Speaker and Trainer of the Year and Sustainable Performance Coach. And today I want to take you through the 10 commandments for enjoying your life. For a lot of my life, I wasn't enjoying it. And in fact, that led to people around me not enjoying being around me as well. So as someone who works with people all around the world, as a coach, as an educator, I've found that not just in my life, but in the lives of everybody that I meet, there are certain things that we do that hold us back from having the life that we could have. Over our time together, I've talked about all things emotional intelligence, social intelligence, human behavior, using neuroscience and positive psychology. And what I decided to do was to start a new series where I just put together my top 10 things that I teach and that I do myself to help me to take control of my life and to look inwardly at those roadblocks that I'm putting up and what I can do differently to get the life that I want. You see, I learned many years ago, it's not up to everybody else to make me happy. That's my choice. That's my prerogative. And it's not about those external circumstances that are going on in my world. It's what I make them mean and how I navigate them. So what I want to do this week is just lay out these 10 commandments and without going too deep into them. And what I'll do for the weeks to follow is we'll use each of them to go deeper and to develop strategies that we can implement on the spot. Okay, here they are. Number one, and I believe the most important, is thou shalt be you. Trying to be everybody else, trying to be who you're not, is exhausting. Number two, thou shalt not perform for the approval of others. This has been a major challenge for many people that I work with, and it was a big part of my life. Everything that I did was for others. It's time to operate out of self-approval. Number three, thou shalt not manage your emotions. We've talked about this many times. It's all about accepting the emotions and navigating them. Number four, thou shalt set boundaries. It's up to us what happens in life. It's up to us how we let others interact with us. So setting boundaries and keeping them is a major component of having an enjoyable life. Number five, thou shalt keep learning. I believe you're either green and growing or ripe and rotting. And I'll be a continual learner until the day I die. Everything that I do teaches me something. There's many people who speak into my life, and my experiences are my greatest teacher. Number six, thou shalt not be perfect. Perfection is never going to be the goal. It's not something that you can arrive at. There's only ever been one perfect person on the planet, and they crucified him. So let's do our best. Let's celebrate progress instead of trying to be perfect. Number seven, thou shalt ask for help. There's many times in my life where I just went it alone. I toughed it out. I grinned and bared it. All those things that were dangerous learnings that I took on as far as my health was concerned. Asking for help is a strength. It's not a weakness. Number eight, thou shalt not live in the past. The past is past. It's something that's happened, and there's plenty that we can learn from it. And it's okay to have a short trip to the past to learn these things, to remember, to celebrate. However, it's not the place to live. The place to live is right now. There were some answers in the past. We've brought them forward. It's time to move on so that we can go to the future. Number 9, thou shalt share your gifts and talents. I learnt many years ago that what I know and who I am and the gifts and the talents that I have are not for me. They're for others. They're there as a gift that I've been given to share whilst I'm here on this earth. So instead of holding back from what you can give to others because you might be comparing and not thinking that you're good enough and all those things that we've talked about, openly and freely with confidence, share what you know, share your experience, because there's people out there in the world that need what you have. And number 10, thou shalt not compare yourself to others. Every single person on this planet is a unique human being, unique with their gifts and talents, their strengths, their areas for development, all these things. They don't only look different, there's different levels of creativity and thinking and diversity, and we need to be able to have you be you. Comparing myself to others was something that gave me a reason to feel bad about myself, and it was part of a self-sabotage strategy that I was running anyway. But the only person I compare myself to these days is the best version of me that I could be. And I do that in a way which is serving me to be able to be different moving forward, not in a way to beat myself up. So be you. Everybody else has got their role. We need you to be yours without comparing to others. Comparison is a dream stealer, and it can either make you feel superior or inferior, and it affects your happiness. So there you have my 10 commandments for having a much more enjoyable life. And what we're going to do over the next few weeks is we're going to go through those, and we're going to unpack them so that you can have some practical understanding and strategies to be able to use these 10 commandments in your life. I find it an absolute privilege every single day to work with people all around the world. And that gives me the experience to be able to speak to you knowing that these top 10 are not just mine. These are what I've learnt from working with people who the stories and content might be different, but the underlying roadblocks of thinking, mindsets, behavior tend to be the same. Well, that's it from me for another week. Join me again next week as we get into these 10 commandments and we chunk them down. Enjoy having a week being you. You deserve it.